Bonjour, bienvenue sur votre chaîne Fieko TV. On est là aujourd'hui avec notre invité de marque, M. Didier Bayeye. Il n'est pas seul aujourd'hui, il est accompagné de la personne qui va se présenter elle-même à nos téléspectateurs.
Sanele Mzoli.
Sanele Mzoli. Hi Sanele.
Hi everyone.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. We are happy to have you here at Fieko TV, our YouTube channel. Can you please introduce yourself to the people that are watching us?
Gee, I wear many hats.
Just like Mr. Didier last time.
Yes, I wear many hats.
Yeah.
I'm the CEO of Soweto Tourism Association, and I am also the co-founder and director of African United Carnival, and you know, the co-founder member of MMM Holdings, which is on another space altogether, not in the tourism aspect. So let's focus on these two in the tourism aspect.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us, how did you come to know Mr. Didier Bayeye?
Oh wow! First, his reputation in the industry, in the tourism industry. I hadn't met him until recently, and everything that was said about him is on point. He knows this industry, he knows what he's talking about, he loves Africa.
Yeah.
He should be a tourism ambassador for Africa.
Yeah.
So everything that you've heard of or have seen about him is totally on point.
What do you think about the tourism in Africa?
We need to get together and do this. You know, we are the gem of Africa. We're the gem of this continent. In fact, Africa is a gem in the continent. It's got so much to offer. We just need to unite. Hence, we've got this Africa United Carnival. Part of things, but Africa just needs to unite. We should not have borders in Africa. We just need to have cultural exchange, unite, and just become one in the tourism aspect of things. We've just got to offer so much to the Europeans, to the Asian, but we need to just create and come out as Africans in our own different ways, in our cultural ways, in our in our diversity, and we just need to bring this thing together and bring it to life and let the world travel to Africa. So
can you tell us in short? Yeah.
Two noble leaders come from Soweto.
Yeah.
Soweto is a city of its own. Soweto is known all over the world because of our great leaders such as Nelson Mandela, Desmond Tutu. So Soweto is the pinnacle of South Africa.
Yeah.
You cannot come to South Africa and not come to Soweto.
So are you going to invite us that side to come and see?
Why do you need an invitation? You're African.
You can just go.
You can just go.
I mean, in terms of guiding us, this is this.
No, we've got lots of guides. We've got lots of activities. We've got lots of things to see, do, and feel, touch. And there's just so much culture in Soweto.
I think we need to come there so that our people also can learn. Because last time in the show, Mr. Didier mentioned that there is that bicycle tour.
Yes, there's a bicycle tour, Soweto, bungee jumping,
famous towers,
quad bike.
Yeah. There's all sorts,
a lot of activities. Yeah,
in our side, I'm sure it's not happening in our side. So people from our side, they will see and learn from it. Maybe they can start entrepreneurs.
You know why this is important. Sorry to jump in here, because in most of my interventions on the media, have also picked the wrong perception that tourism, not just of Soweto, of other African nations, one of them being the DRC. They think for tourism to happen, the country needs to have massive highways, skyscrapers, all sort of developments. I say that's all good, it can happen. But we also don't need to kill our roots, which becomes even the center of attraction. And when you look at Japan, as developed and sophisticated as it is, but most of tourists actually goes to the villages to see all the villages older than 400 years, to see the temples. They don't come there to just look at high-rise buildings. Sure. So why am I saying this? Soweto is an epitome of an example many African countries should follow. Because when you do this visit on the bicycle, you go in the slum, or what we call townships. Yes. You don't just drive on the tar road, and you go between structures like a wooden and zinc structures. You can literally, but this has become an experience of its own. So we can, as Africa, incorporate tourism in our culture, in our homestead, in our settings, and make tourism work. Just add to many more that we already have.
I agree with Didier in so many ways. Tourism is our, is everywhere around us. Tourism is us exchanging culture, a cultural exchange between a Sowetan and a Congolese.
Yes.
Tourism is it's just so many things in one, but basically it's us promoting our own backyard, our own townships.
Thank you.
So domestic tourism is what we need to be talking about for Africa.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Domestic tourism is important, that you as a Congolese need to understand that, promote that domestic tourism, then look out for the international market to come and uplift your community.
And in this case, I have to say, when you say domestic, it's Africa.
It's Africa. That's it. So domestic tourism is just what we all need to start emphasizing.
And that's why
all our African countries.
It's very important for Africans to be able to move freely so that we can explore different destinations within the continent and be in even the biggest contributors in terms of finances. Because when people move around, then they don't just move empty-handed.
And we're skilled like that as Africans.
Thank you. We're skilled like that.
Let's buy from each other. Let's trade.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so
wow. Thank you so much. That's very inspiring.
Yeah. So if I understand well, tourism, it's where there is people, there is tourism.
Absolutely.
So there's nothing to do with the buildings, the highways, the what.
This is tourism, us discussing and talking.
It is.
It's tourism.
It is.
I have that misconception. Now I'm fine now. I've learned.
Look, there are many examples, okay? And let's still emphasize the fact that we're not saying that countries or governments shouldn't develop the country, shouldn't build the infrastructures. No, that's not what we're saying. But what we're saying is that as these infrastructures, they are still either not there or under construction, it shouldn't be an obstacle for tourism not to happen. We can't sit and saying only when we have these buildings and these bridges and then this and this. There are areas tourism is done on a mokoro, the traditional boat. Tourism is done in the bush, in villages. Even here in South Africa, I can tell you 80% of tourists, real tourists, not the corporate, they stay in town meetings, we know all that, they come for business. But the other tourism, they land in big cities and they move to other provinces. They move to Kruger National Park. They go to Pilanesberg. They go to north of Durban. They move to where there is this population that somebody would say rural area or not that developed, but that is an experience for them. That makes experience for them. So tourists don't land here to stay here and looking at a Carlton Center and saying, oh wow, look at this.
In tourism, there's food tourism where we exchange each other's cuisines.
And talking of food, can I tell you one thing? Do you know that the same food, even though it's African cuisine, when it's sold in all these big five-star hotel is different than when it's done in local area.
Yes, and it's nicer.
It's
when we do
nicer.
It
Yes, when it's done locally, the African way, you get the real flavor.
and on top of that, it's so similar. Our foods are similar. It's just that the names and how it's prepared is different.
Which makes us unique as Africa. You know, on Africa, they had a few conferences to address within the African continent, and the other one even was live from Belize in Latin America, talking of Africa Day. And on this day, I drove one message. The message was we need to learn to celebrate our similarities and appreciate our differences.
Absolutely.
Because that is what makes us African. Yes. So this is still what people experience in tourism. It's the same chicken, but cooked in thousands of ways. Same chicken, and you eat it, it's all nice in a different way, you know. So there is no chicken, for example, Nigerian chicken looking different.
The hard body.
It is the same.
It's a hard body.
Hard body.
Let's make sure we're talking
But you know we also have it here.
Yes, no,
because I heard some people calling it Zulu chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Zulu chicken.
Zulu chicken. The hard
we call
body.
it hard body.
But it's just flavored. It's nice. And in West Africa, they put other spices and then they mix with other ingredients, other herbs, or even other meat. They mix chicken with other meat or fish.
Like Nigeria.
Yes.
They do a combo.
A combo. They call it assorted.
All assorted. All assorted, yes.
How many people would tell me, I'm traveling to Nigeria, oh, I can't wait for pepper soup. You know, people are already having it in mind. I saw this beautiful map of Africa, but with a specific dish to them, to that part of Africa. And I looked at Congo, I saw something like chicken à la mwambe. And something like that. And this is chicken cooked with peanut butter.
I've tasted that.
Yes. And the same chicken somewhere else, it's done differently. So it becomes part of experience.
We also have that dish in South Africa, in different cultures, where you cook with a peanut butter.
With a peanut butter.
You know?
It becomes different. Yes. So I sit and think and say, why Africa is lacking behind when it comes to tourism? And one of the main things is ignorance. They don't even know. They don't even know that what surrounds them. Yes.
We don't believe in ourselves.
What surrounds us.
Yes.
Can attract tourism.
That this we can sell. We can sell anything that we have.
Yes,
in our backyard.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And why do you have to have an Airbnb or a luxurious place to stay in or live in where you've got your back room where you can invite a tourist to come and experience.
To come and experience.
Cultural experience.
Oh, yes.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
So we forget that we can open our homes to these tourists to come in and share in our meals, in our culture.
The local
and they would
area.
enjoy it more than being in a hotel.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Thank you very much, Sanele, for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
I think we're going to come your side and see what is happening.
Please do. You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us.